Welcome to Icelandic Formula Offroad. We're looking at the second round. This is in Akureyri. Akureyri is often called the capital of the north of Iceland. 22 cars were entered, a lot of spectators and a lot of fun. The annual car days, a national event held in Akureyri each year. The race started at 11, however drivers were testing the cars, had a shakedown in the morning, and let's hear from Haukur Einarsson. He finished third in Hella.
Haukur, how are you feeling for the competition?
I'm feeling good. Weather is great and everybody I think it's gonna be a good day.
You've been testing the car?
Yep, everybody was working fine. Now we have a little bit problem in the morning with some misfire, and I think we have fixed it.
How do you like the tracks today?
I think they're pretty good. They're pretty tough. First track is, I think that's the difficult tracks today, but I think you can go all these tracks if you are lucky.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
After the first round, 8 cars shipped to Norway to compete in the World Cup. Newcomer Skúli Kristjánsson won. Let's hear from him.
Congratulations with the World Champion title.
Thank you.
How are you prepared for the competition today?
Just very good. Feeling good. The car is good, so we should be hopefully driving good today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Skúli had some issues in the race. The power steering failed. Very unfortunate for the rookie. He will definitely be fighting for more victories this year and hot from his World Cup win. Now, as we heard from Haukur earlier, the first course was supposed to be hard, and without power steering, it's even harder. This second round of the championship was the KFC event, one of the biggest food chains in Iceland, obviously, and KFC have been a sponsor of Þór Þormar, the national champion, for the last few years. Here's the first car in the first track. This is Númi Albjörnsson. Something broke on the car, and he had to retire after just this climb. Þormar Pálsson, the defending champion. He was only 5th in the first race in Hella, so the pressure is on in Akureyri, which is his home race. He knows he needs a good result right away to get back into title contention. It's a short series, it's a short event, and you have to score points at every round. Here he gets 20 penalty points. Touched that marker. Full throttle, dusty in Akureyri. There's a small ridge here in the middle of the track. Nicely done. Yeah, it gets through. And now another ridge here. Here we are at the halfway point of the first track. Good job, Thor. Classic Þór Þormar. However, he broke the steering in the landing, similar to what he did in the third track in Hella. So that's only 190 points for Thor. That's Þór Þormar holding a piece of his steering assembly, showing the crew. And now it was up to the crew to fix it. There we see where it breaks. You can see how the front wheel just breaks underneath the car. Now this is Svanur Tómasson driving in the car Insane. He has been competing for 5 years. This could be a roll here. No, not the first roll of the day. He saves it, however, he's out of course. So that's only 60 points. Here's Alexander Már Steinarsson. This is Gutten Reborn, and Ingólfur Guðmundsson usually drive this car. However, Alexander took over for this race. He raced a few years ago. Now, cleanly done here to begin with for a driver that's driving the car for the first time. Gets over both the ridges. No penalties so far. Can he get over the second ridge? This is where Thor broke his steering. Goes up. Stuck. 180 points for length. No penalty points. This is Haukur Einarsson driving Hekla. He was 3rd in Hella. He is a contender for the championship. He was 2nd in the World Cup in Norway, but things don't seem to fall in place for Haukur. He wants to make this his year. Haukur talked about the first course being the toughest course, so it's proving to be. Can he make it up? No, he's reversing here. 40 penalty points for that. He's gonna give it another shot. There, turning on the nitro, goes for it. Oh, he's about to roll it. Saves it. Not allowed to continue, so that's 80 penalty points and only 100 points for Haukur. Look at that. Throws it into reverse to get it back. Here we have Aron Ingi Svansson driving the Storm. He got best in show in Hella, and the show continues here. as Aron almost rolls it but gets out. This first course proving to be very difficult. Here's Gestur Ingolfsson driving the Dream. Gestur has modified the Dream, so it now has 4-wheel steering. Let's see if that helps him here through this tight bit. Should do. He made it over the first race. Is 4-wheel steering the key here? No, it's not. 180 points for length as most others. However, he gets 60 penalty points. This is Jón Vilberg Gunnarsson driving Lightfoot, a new car in the championship. Jón bought it from Norway, where it has won multiple titles. However, Jón has won multiple titles in the modified class. He has never raced in Unlimited before. 180 points. And we can see how the car looks completely different to most Icelandic Formula 4 cars. This is Davíð Logi Hlynsson driving Tímur. This is his first race, and he doesn't even try the ridge. Now we have Guðbjörn Grímsson. This is Katla Turbo. He spent the winter rebuilding the car from scratch, and the car now seems to be working very well. There's a lot of power in this car, I can tell you. Guðbjörn could take a demanding lead if it makes it all the way. No one has had more than 200 points. Gets over the ridge. Nicely done. He's made it further than anyone. So he's the first one to try the last part of the course. Steep here. But he doesn't capitalize on this one by finishing and only ends up with 180 points. So only Þór Þormar got 190 points. Jón Vilberg, Guðbjörn and Alexander all in second place with 180. Davíð Logi fourth. Now let's move on to the second course of the day. 6 tracks in total. This is Ásmundur Ingjaldsson driving the Bomb. He was 4th in the first event of the year. Makes it past the middle point here. Now there's a steep side slope that he needs to tackle. Does it with power and speed, which can quite often end up in a roll. 120 points for Ásmundur, and a bit shaken. It is Stefán Bjarniðsson driving Kaldi. He's a local driver, doesn't compete regularly. However, the car is working well in Akureyri. Likes to be locally, and this is nicely done here. Can he get up? A lot of power, but he's gonna roll it. And down he goes. That's a hefty roll. However, 190 points. Not bad. It is Alexander Már Steinarsson. This is Gutterri Born. It was a very tough track. Can Alexander make it further than the ones before him? He needs to stay higher here. He needs more speed. He rolled it there, didn't he? Yes, he did. 170 points. This is Guðmundur Eliasson driving Rodeo. He had engine issues in Hella. Full throttle. Will he go? Whoa, goes fast. Big jump for Guðmundur. But the engine did not like that. 110 points for Guðmundur. Daniel Gunnar Ingimundarsson driving Green Thunder. Can't make it over that first climb. And a little bit later in the event, the engine simply expired. It is Guðbjörn Grímsson. He's driving Katla Turbo. He is fighting for victory here. Can he do the same as the first track? Make it further than anyone else? Let's see. Let's find out. And like I said earlier, there's a lot of power in this car, and it will show here. If he goes full throttle, he's low. That's 40 penalty points. He's making sure not to touch the border, because then he will be black flagged. Now he needs to gun it, go over that red line we see there. He does. Keeps up high. A lot of power there. No, wait a minute. That's the wrong gate. Guðbjörn Grímsson does another track. We need to go right there. So that's out of bounds. It is Þór Þormar Pálsson. He was leading after the first track, and this is an opportunity to take a good lead. Slow there, but nothing wrong. Full throttle. He's just sliding in here, letting it glide over, and here's the bank. A lot of power there. Goes for it. He gets up, but that's penalty points for the marker. However, now he needs to finish the course. He's seen Guðbjörn do it the wrong way, and he does. 350 points for length. First man to finish a course this day. However, 60 penalty points give him 290 points total. A good haul. Here's Guðmundur Guðmundsson driving the banker. This is his third event, and he's seen how Thor did it, and he's going to do the same. Nicely done. The track might be getting easier, and that's 100 penalty points, so 250 points in total. Here's Gestur Ingolfsson driving the Dream, another local boy. Big car culture in Akureyri. Oh, look at that! Well, good save. And that's him 140 points. However, his steering broke there. And we'll see if he can get it fixed. Páll Jónsson here driving the Sheep. It's his 4th event. He's always learning, and unlike last year, the car seems to work well. He's just gonna get thrown there. That's gonna be a big roll. 150 points. A lot of rolls in Akureyri so far. It is Haukur, 40 points there. Can't lose many more points to Thor. Needs to go all the way. 20 penalty points there. He's collecting them here. He's seen the other ones roll, but he's a clever driver. He's not going to do the same. You saw how Thor did it and does the same. He's going to go all the way here. 290 points equals Thor. So let's have a look at the scoreboard. That means that Thor Thorman has a healthy lead over Haukur, 90 points. Guðbjörn Grímsson in 3rd, however, he retired at this point in the race with problems. Alexander Guðmundur close 4th. Now, track number 3 was right after lunch, and it was a time attack course. Haukur got some mud in his eye after crossing this water, however, the time was bad because of it. He couldn't see at all, and was trying to be quick there. Here we have Geir Grímsson driving the Sledgehammer. He was the winner of the first race, however nothing was working for him in Akureyri. Geir is always quick in the time attack, and he jumped up to 2nd place with a fantastic time. Now Thor was simply in a different league, and let's just enjoy this. Best time, 8 seconds faster than Geir Grímsson. What a time, what a time. Here's Gestur, ooh, sideways into the water. That's not the right way to do it, and that's gonna get him sunk, and the engine does not like water. So after the time attack, Thor has extended his lead on home soil. Geirivert is 2nd, Alexander 3rd, Haukur and Stefán 4th and 5th. Track 4, Árni Dringansson here driving the bomb. There's a very steep first climb, and there's a big side slope. It's not quite as severe, however, as the 2nd track, so easier to get through. Can he make it all the way? 300 points. So he goes all the way, however he breaks his front left wheel here, and if you can't drive away on your own, that's 50 penalty points. Here's Geir Grímsson driving the Sledgehammer. He will keep his lead in the championship if he finishes 2nd behind Thor. So that's probably what Geir is aiming at, but can he do it? So much dust. Where is he? No, my god, that's him rolling there. Will he go down the hill? No. So into the smoke he goes. Here is Jón Vilberg Gunnarsson driving Lightfoot. He hasn't been competing for over 3 years. However, he didn't seem too rusty in Akureyri. A nice drive here. Gets through, gets out of the smoke. Great driving there in the new car, and he gets all the way. However, 30 penalty points, so that's 320 points. Here is Haukur. He has to make up for his failure in the time attack. He's trying, he's got the traction here. Will he make it all the way? Yes, he does, and only 20 penalty points. A nice points one for Haukur. Here is Thor, and he follows Haukur to keep a commanding lead. Here's Alexander Steinarsson, and that's a jump, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't seem to like that. Some smoke coming out of the car, but goes all the way, and 40 penalty points nets him 310 points, and that big jump sees him jump to 2nd place. Let's look at the standing now. Thor with a very healthy lead. Alexander 2nd, Haukur 3rd, Geirivert 4th, and Ásmundur 5th. So we move over to the 5th course of the day, and the crowd was out in sunny Akureyri. Here's Alexander Már Steinarsson. He is heading for a podium finish in his first race in the car. Or maybe not. That's not the way to go if you're going to the podium. It's the other way around. Here's another local driver. This is Fjölnir Guðmundsson driving Eva. This first climb proving to be very difficult for drivers. This is Jon Wilbert Gunnarsson. He was 6th before this track. He makes it up the first climb. Can he continue here? Oh, may have slowed down too much there. No, gets away with it. Fantastic. Here the track is halfway through. Difficult climbs in Akureyri, and the final climb is very steep. Can he make it up? It's very steep. You don't want to be the first one. However, he gets up there. Now he just needs to go up the final hill. Big jump. Will he make it? He does. 350 points. 60 penalty points. And now he's up to 3rd ahead of Alexander. Fantastic. And he knows it. Next up is Haukur. He makes it up the first bit as well. Continues here. Goes to the second climb. Needs to go for the big one now. But that's not the way to get stuck there. Can he make it? Yes, he can. Takes penalty points there, though. And Haukur going for that final climb. He needs more speed, though. He needs traction here. Has to get it. There he goes. Gets the traction. And needs to get ready for that final climb. And we're going to see him gun it here any second. There he goes. There he goes. Full power. Will he make it all the way up? He doesn't seem to have good traction, but he could make it. Slowly does it. Makes it up the first hill. Now he needs to go for the big one. Doesn't. Did he go through that gate? Yes, he did, but a lot of penalty points. Now that means Haukur is back up to 2nd place. Let's see that from Haukur's view. It's a difficult climb. You got the sun in your eyes, you got the dust, and you got the smoke. And he almost makes it into the KFC bucket. That's a bucket list item for you right there. Here's Thor Thormer. That's 40 penalty points. Ooh, that's not the right way to go. You want to stay higher there, but he might make it work. But that's 40 penalty points more. He needs to go all the way now, Thor. He knows it. He's got a healthy lead, though, but he just does not want to give anything away. The dust and the sun definitely not helping the drivers here. Easy does it for Thor Thormar. He's pretty confident with the traction, it looks. Instead of gunning through there, he just does it safely. Goes for the final climb. Ooh, that jump came at a bad time, but he might make it. Might make it. No, does not. He's going to reverse here. He might be losing his lead if he... Since he reversed. If he tries again and he doesn't make it. Can he do it? He's reversed. He's going to go for it again. He's not finding the traction. There he goes. He gets the traction. He knows he can make it there. Fantastic for Thor. Now he needs to nail that final gate. Looks like he's gonna gun it, and he does jump from Thor there, and his lead is now 316 points. He just needs to show up in the final course of the day to clinch this victory. Thor leads Haukur, Jon Wilberg, Alexander Inge Revert follow. Now let's move over to the final course of the day. It's the 6th and the final, and it's rough. The fight for 2nd is on. Here's Jon Wilbert Gunnarsson driving Lightfoot. He's 89 points behind Haukur. Can he beat him? Needs to start off by doing everything he can to finish it himself. They come down this steep hill and then they take a sharp left turn and go straight back up. And it's not an easy climb. Goes for it, guns it here. Dusty, it's very loose. He's trying everything he can, but he gets it rolled over just simply on power. And that's not gonna net him 2nd place. I'm sure of that. He only gets 80 points. This opens up the door for Alexander and secures Haukur in front of Jon Wilberg. Can Alexander steal the last podium spot? Here's Gundi Guðmundsson driving the banger. He has been driving a solid race. He's improving as a driver. And he could, well, he might well be fighting for victories later in his career. Up the first bit. Then back down he goes. This car is a good old-fashioned small block Chevy instead of the popular LS motors you find in most of the others, or the turbo motors. Old school Formula Offroad. That seems to be working here. Spectacular save there from the rookie. He almost rolled it. However, he managed to stay on his wheels. Look at it here. Gets his front wheels off the ground. Managed to spin it around. Nicely done. Here's Thor Thormar Paulsson driving Thor. You know, the KFC Offroad in the KFC sponsored car in his hometown of Akureyri. He showed up. He's won it. However, he always wants to put on a show, and he will be hoping to make it all the way here. Thor loves to please the crowd, and the crowd love Thor. He's lining up for something spectacular here. But that did not work out better than that for him. A silly mistake maybe. However, it caps off a fantastic weekend for Thor where he wins. Now Haukur is guaranteed third or second. Second ahead of Alexander would take him to the top of the championship, and that's what he's gonna do here, I guess. A good drive, a good run. And that's fantastic. Now the final climb, if he makes it, he will clinch second place. Looks like that's what he's about to do. Yes, he does. No, he does not. Excuse me there. He didn't miss. He missed the gate. And that opens the door for Alexander. Let's see it again here. Goes, he just misses. It doesn't go. It just doesn't get up there. And that's unlucky. However, lucky not to roll all the way down. Hefty roll for Haukur. This is Alexander. He was 107 points behind Haukur. He needs 220 points to take second. If he makes it all the way, there are no penalties so far. He could be clinching this away from Haukur, and he knows it. Lines up for this final climb. He's going to reverse here. That's 40 penalty points. That means that the back wheels need to make it through the final gate without any penalties. If he's going to make it, he gets going there. Looks shaky for a second. Can he make it all the way up? He's gunning it here. He does, and he makes it through. What a drive! What a drive from Alexander to clinch second place. Let's see it here. Confirmed. Thor Thormar wins. Alexander second. Haukur third. Let's hear from Thor Thormar.
Þór, til hamingju með fyrsta sætið.
Já, þakkaði fyrir.
Hver var lykill að sigri í dag?
Það ekki að vera þokkalega rólegur bara og keyra þetta skynsemi svona, einhverju skynsemi allavega.
Þetta var svona nokkuð stöðugur akstur bara í gegnum breytinnar, ekki mörg mistök.
Nei, ekki mörg mistök, en brýt þarna stýris, ganginn hana, kemst lengst þarna í fyrstu braut og hefði viljað klára hana.
Thor getting back into the championship here. He's got 30 points. Haukur and Geir Everett are equal. And what a round we will have next time around in Blönduós. Now let's have a look at the street legal class before we end this show. Only three cars entered in Akureyri. This is Steingrímur Bjarnason driving the Smurf. He has been competing for 29 years and took a very commanding win in Akureyri. He had 725 points more, ladies and gentlemen, than the second place car. He now leads the championship. In the next Formula Offroad show, we will have Formula Offroad Blönduós, a new location for the Icelandic Championship with plenty of steep climbs and promises a lot of action. Let's see you there.